To some the weaver, to others the tank, and to some others the pond. But most importantly, the very source of life for a largely agrarian population. The people built it, maintained it, drew from it, protected it, and gave back to it. A classic example of thrift and credit in its simplest form. Time was when the humble village housewife would save a handful of rice for a rainy day whenever she cooked a meal. So one is led to believe that it is no mere assumption that people have a willingness to save. They want to, they wish to, but most times they don't know how and are ignorant of the benefits of doing so. All too often they invest in chits which would bring them a lump sum of money within a maximum of 12 months, but which is squandered on paying back some loan or other, but with no interest accrued, but only the stress of having to keep paying at least 1,000 rupees monthly in installments. Let's look at a typical scenario, hypothetical but still so real. Yasavati, Karunavati and Somavati, 3 girls who grew up together, went to school together, courted together and married lads from the same village. Their men were farmers, ploughing and tilling, sowing and harvesting paddy fields by the weaver in their village hamlet. They were blessed with children. But as the children grew up, things became difficult. The only income to keep the home fires burning being what was provided by their farmer husbands. Yasavati was an excellent cook, preparing traditional sweetmeats, so much that the villagers called her Rasavati, and when the occasion arose, bought sweetmeats from her. Karunavati has tried to build up her little business of selling packets of condiments and spices. She carefully selects the ingredients and ensures the best product reaches the consumer. Her daughter has always helped her in this labor-intensive task. She needs to upgrade her weighing scale and expand her business. Somavati excelled in sewing, but her grandmother's old sewing machine, which she used to sew for the family and on occasion for a small fee for the villagers, is now broken and beyond repair. She is no more able to sew that aurudu hatte for some of the village women. 3 friends who still, with all their hardship, have time for each other. Theirs is a relationship based on trust. What if they could get together and pursue their talents in order to earn a steady income? But wouldn't it need some financial impetus? Money which is not available to them. Recognizing this fact, that there are thousands out there waiting to be discovered, Commercial Credit ventured into microfinance to empower entrepreneurship at the grassroots level in January 2010. We went out into the villages and sought out business leaders who were known and trusted by the villagers and who also were aware of the potential of their fellow villagers. We met them at their homes or offices and gathered information about the people. We formed groups of 3 people each, and centers would have 15 such groups of 3 people each. The criteria naturally would be groups of people in the same area and neighborhood but not from the same family, and like Yasavati, Karunavati and Somavati, who would trust each other implicitly. Of course, they would conduct proper business. A leader would be selected from each group. An overall center leader would then be appointed from within the 15 groups. And so, with the areas and villages identified, our field executive officers paid door-to-door visits in order to identify the needy and select members for groups and units. Our credit and savings unit arranged personal interviews for member applicants with the field executive officers and then chose leaders for each group, along with center leaders. A compulsory weekly center meeting began at which the group leaders were responsible for 100% member attendance, which was significant for obtaining the next loan. A 3-week familiarizing program of the commercial credit microfinance concept at each center ensued. The first week was to educate members on business opportunities and benefits accruing to the family through self-employment. Aims and objectives of the operations, the importance of self-employment and its contribution to the development of the rural economy, an explanation of the group formation and its responsibilities. The second week was for how loans would be disbursed and the rules and regulations of the loan procedure and repayments and benefits. The third week entailed the choosing of the 15 groups of 3 members each and center leaders out of the 45 collective. The loan amount would vary according to the nature of the business and would range from 25,000 rupees to 100,000 rupees. With the repayment capacity of the customer determined and also the period of repayment, whether it will be 1 year or more, for a loan of 25,000 rupees, the weekly repayment would be just 666 rupees and would take place during the weekly meeting. In order to encourage the savings habit, 500 rupees per month will be saved by the company and credited to them with an interest rate of 7.5% paid. After 1 year, the saved monies would automatically become a fixed deposit. Then again, for a one-off payment of just 275 rupees, they would be eligible for an insurance policy. An all-important benefit to a community that faced many dangers and perils in their day-to-day lives. Inspection of businesses and filling of loan applications were done during the third week by our officers going to our customers' very doorstep, adding even more value to their membership. With all taking the responsibility for repayment, proper conducting of business, and developing a camaraderie based on trust, thus establishing an unbreakable link that would only grow stronger over a period of several years. But the proof would be to subject the link to a sound test. And so the call of the beautiful ocean side of Pittipana North in Negombo beckoned. We went to visit Sarojini, who is in the dried fish business. She had received a loan of 25,000 rupees from us.
මම ව්‍යාපාර කරන ගමේ මේ ලෝන් එක ගත්තේ අරගෙන තව වැඩිපුර මාළු ගත්තා මේ කරවල කරගෙන යන්න මේ ව්‍යාපාරය තව ටිකක් සාර්ථකව කරගෙන යන්න.
Now, with 4 laborers working for her, she hopes to grow her business by obtaining small loans one at a time, which would be paid back easily. A lesson taught by us, the very essence of microfinance. We motored off to Anuradhapura, to the lovely hamlet of Kiralagama, and to the humble abode of Maduravati. Begun 12 years ago in a very small way, she now cultivates on 5 acres, and with a 25,000 rupee loan from us, is now hoping to expand to 6 acres under cultivation with luscious papaya.
මං අක්කරයක් සඳහා රුපියල් 25000ක ණය මුදලක් ගත්ත අක්කරයකට අට එහෙම කියන්නේ බීජ සඳහා මේ ගස් ලබු වගාව මට වැඩි දියුණු කිරීම සඳහා කොමර්ෂල් ක්‍රෙඩිට් ආයතනය මට සෑහෙන්න උදව් කළා.
Yes, right now we are in enchanting Kandy, the home of commercial credit, and in the retail shop of Kanti in Sirimalvatta. And as she affirms, our initial loan of 25,000 rupees helped her to expand her small boutique to a proper retail shop.
මගේ කඩේ අවුරුදු 10ක් තිස්සේ බොහොම අමාරුවෙන් කරගෙන මම යන්නේ. මට කොමර්ෂල් ක්‍රෙඩිට් ආයතනයෙන් තමයි අත දුන්නේ. දැන් මගේ කඩේ හොඳට දියුණු වෙලා තියෙනවා. මම දෙවෙනුව පටන් ගත්තා රුපියල් 50000ක ලෝන් එකක් අරන් බ්ලොග් වල ව්‍යාපාරය කරන්න. පළවෙනි ලෝන් එක මං ගෙවලා නිවතර මාස 3ක් ඇතුළත දෙවෙනි එක 50000ක ලෝන් එකක් ගත්තා කොමර්ෂල් ක්‍රෙඩිට් ආයතනයේ. මං දැන් හොඳට කරගෙන යනවා බ්ලොග් වල ව්‍යාපාරයක් කරා යනවා කඩේත් මගේ හොඳට සාර්ථක කරගෙන යනවා.
It took her just 3 months to pay back a 1-year loan. And we were only too glad to grant her request for a further loan of 50,000 rupees to expand her business. Our links in Microfinance also have an extended version like in the case of Mary in Jaffna, a fast expanding market in the post-war era. She obtained a loan of 25,000 rupees from CCL to develop her husband's small business of selling fruit.
இந்த கடன் முதலை எனக்கு கொடுத்தது கொமர்ஷியல் ட்ரேடிங் சாயத்தால். ஆனால் நாங்கள் இப்போ மிச்ச மகிழ்ச்சியோடு இருக்கின்றோம். எனக்கு இந்த கடனை எடுத்து கொடுத்தது என் ஒய்ஃபு தான் எனக்கு எடுத்து கொடுத்தது. ஆனால் இன்றைக்கு நான் நல்லா இருக்கிறேன், மகிழ்ச்சியோடு இருக்கிறேன். என் பிள்ளைகளோடும் நானும் ஒற்றுமையாக நல்லா இருக்கின்றோம். ஆனால் இந்த கொமர்ஷியல் ட்ரேடர்ஸ்க்கு மிச்சம் நன்றி சொல்கின்றேன்.
Begun in January 2010, we now have over 20,000 customers and are adding on more and more links every month from the district of Colombo and its suburbs to far-reaching places like Trincomalee and Jaffna. Our journey continues, enveloping the metropolis, the central hills, the coastal areas and the dry zone, and in fact, the whole island, with at least 60,000 links by the end of March 2011. Links based on trust and a genuine concern and love for one's fellow beings. Commercial Credit Microfinance, your preferred choice.